happiness.
Like a ball.
And
Okay, what? What do we all show a
yeah.
I've been at Xavier for the majority of my life, and so it's just been a great place to learn and grow.
You're friends with everyone, no matter like whatever walk of life you come from.
I've formed really good relationships with all of the teachers, and like I said before, we're like a family. I've known all of these students since the 7th grade, and so it's been a really tight-knit group.
I definitely feel like that familial bond with all of them, and my teachers especially. They're just amazing and incredible people, and I don't know that I would be the person I am today without them. So I'm just gonna miss that family unit, that sense of just togetherness that Xavier has.
Literally everyone. I know every single person in my class. We're all super close. I could go through a list and tell you one thing about every single person in my class. And everybody's so loving and kind, and we're just one big family.
Tend to be pretty close, and even with the teachers and the whole community tends to be surrounded with positivity.
Xavier has honestly been a community.
In like the friend scope, I think I became a lot closer to anyone actually. I've only been here for like a year and a half, and I became extremely close with most of the people here that I think I can call almost everyone in our grade my friend, and even some in the younger grades.
So I came here in 3rd and 4th grade, and it was really awesome. But then I moved to Kimberly for all my years until this year. I came here as a senior. But this year they added the house system, and that's just been so much fun to be with a bunch of freshmen and 8th graders all up to seniors, and to play with other houses, and to not only that but have some fun activities with other houses. And it's just been awesome to get to know people through that way. And
especially with like houses now, I think I know a lot more people, so I'll definitely miss that.
And I'm just gonna miss how open and accepting everything is.
Because that just summarizes the school is of the deeper thinking and becoming beyond of what you can before, and just getting to know other people's ideas and sharing them.
Everyone's kind here. But if there's one thing that everyone should know about Xavier, the homework isn't actually that bad.
You're gonna have to want to learn. Like, it's all about following, like, not just the curriculum, but like knowing what that you want to study or that you want to continue on. Because if you don't, then you have no incentive to push yourself to do good in this school, and I think that's mostly what other people are pushing you to do.
Really, that's been my main goal, is to just get out there and do things with my life and be successful. And I feel like I'm really prepared for college after all of this.
I'm really people-oriented. I love helping people and figuring things out. I've thought about pursuing the teaching career, so that's what I want to do after high school, and Xavier's helped me with that because it not only teaches you schoolwork, but we also have like the 9 pillars of character, and we're taught how to live a good life and be a good citizen.
I just hope that I have great success, and Xavier taught me that success isn't materialistic.
Xavier's really pushed me to try and meet my goals and set goals, and I think that's a good thing to have before my mission, and where I'll be setting goals for myself over the next couple of years, and trying to meet those goals. And Xavier's kind of eliminated my procrastination, I guess I should say.
I actually want to go into English teaching, and I feel like the English department here is so immersive and just helpful and detailed and thorough, and it really gives you this broad understanding of what life is like through books, which kind of doesn't make sense, but at the same time, what you read about can sometimes help build who you are as a person.
What to do would be to travel and to get out of Idaho and see new places.
What I want to accomplish after Xavier is probably the physics aspect that I learned from here. It really expanded my love for science, because I always knew that I wanted to go into the science field, but like with teachers like Mr. Hansen and Mr. McNerlin, they really pushed me towards like the physics and that side of things, more into the experimental and things that we don't really know yet.
Hey guys, class mom here. That's not a thing. I want to start a family.
Moving forward in my life, especially going to college, I'm going to choose a college that I know I'll enjoy. I'm going to choose a major that I know is going to lead me into a career that is going to make me feel accomplished and successful because it is something I enjoy and that will make me happy. As human beings, we always want to choose what will make us happy, and everyone's pursuit is just one of happiness.
My work effort has definitely gone up as I've come here this year, and I think that'll definitely prepare me for the future.
Xavier has helped me develop a good work ethic.
Just having access to this classical curriculum that Xavier provides its students with is really important to me, and I want to be able to use that, and to, if I wind up pursuing my main goal of becoming an English teacher, I want to be able to give that to my future students.
I think it would be a waste of my time and effort to choose something that I hate. You are wasting your own potential, and there's nothing worse than a wasted life. Xavier is unique.
United.
Incredible.
Abundantly positive.
Is kind.
Thrilling.
Diverse in thought.
Family.
No, it like surrounds everything.
Mom,
Kitties.
I'm tired. Can we turn back?
No, we're lost, sweetie. Oh my gosh, I think stinging nettle got me. Guys, watch out for the stinging nettle.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm serious now.
What?
Yeah, no, I actually got stinging nettle. I feel it.
Why am I standing here? I want to get out.
Very nice.
Laughing.
You laugh.
Pretend that you like laughing.
Mad.
Please. Please.
Why are you so obsessed with me? Stop. I'll give you an autograph. Leave me alone.
Oh my god, oh my
I'm really on the ropes this time. I've been fighting all my life for you. I never should have said goodbye, but maybe that's what stupid people do. 'Cause you gave me peace, and I wasted it. I'm here to admit that you were my medicine. Oh, I couldn't quit, and I'm down on my knees again, asking for nothing. Thank you for the happiest year of my life. Thank you for the happiest year of my life. Ooh. Don't think I could forgive myself. I'm sorry for the ways that I used you. And I could care less right now, but you know you hurt me pretty good too. Yeah, we made each other bleed, and we tasted it. I'm here to admit that you were my medicine. Oh love, I couldn't quit, and I'm down on my knees again. Thank you for the happiest year of my life. Oh, thank you for the happiest year of my life. Ooh.
contribute?
Detain happiness.
Like a ball.
And
Okay, what?
Would we all show a
yeah.
I've been at Xavier for the majority of my life, and so it's just been a great place to learn and grow.
You're friends with everyone, no matter like whatever walk of life you come from.
I've formed really good relationships with all of the teachers, and like I said before, we're like a family. I've known all of these students since the 7th grade, and so it's been a really tight-knit group.
I definitely feel like that familial bond with all of them, and my teachers especially. They're just amazing and incredible people, and I don't know that I would be the person I am today without them. So I'm just gonna miss that family unit, that sense of just togetherness that Xavier has.
Literally everyone. I know every single person in my class. We're all super close. I could go through a list and tell you one thing about every single person in my class. And everybody's so loving and kind, and we're just one big family.
Tend to be pretty close, and even with the teachers and the whole community tends to be surrounded with positivity.
Xavier has honestly been a community.
In like the friend scope, I think I became a lot closer to anyone actually. I've only been here for like a year and a half, and I became extremely close with most of the people here that I think I can call almost everyone in our grade my friend, and even some in the younger grades.
So I came here in 3rd and 4th grade, and it was really awesome. But then I moved to Kimberly for all my years until this year. I came here as a senior. But this year they added the house system, and that's just been so much fun to be with a bunch of freshmen and 8th graders all up to seniors, and to play with other houses, and to not only that but have some fun activities with other houses. And it's just been awesome to get to know people through that way. And
especially with like houses now, I think I know a lot more people, so I'll definitely miss that.
And I'm just gonna miss how open and accepting everything is.
Because that just summarizes the school is of the deeper thinking and becoming beyond of what you can before, and just getting to know other people's ideas and sharing them.
Everyone's kind here. But if there's one thing that everyone should know about Xavier, the homework isn't actually that bad.
You're gonna have to want to learn. Like, it's all about following, like, not just the curriculum, but like knowing what that you want to study or that you want to continue on. Because if you don't, then you have no incentive to push yourself to do good in this school, and I think that's mostly what other people are pushing you to do.
Really, that's been my main goal, is to just get out there and do things with my life and be successful. And I feel like I'm really prepared for college after all of this.
I'm really people-oriented. I love helping people and figuring things out. I've thought about pursuing the teaching career. So that's what I want to do after high school, and Xavier's helped me with that because it not only teaches you schoolwork, but we also have like the 9 pillars of character, and we're taught how to live a good life and be a good citizen.
I just hope that I have great success, and Xavier taught me that success isn't materialistic.
Xavier's really pushed me to try and meet my goals and set goals, and I think that's a good thing to have before my mission, and where I'll be setting goals for myself over the next couple of years, and trying to meet those goals. And Xavier's kind of eliminated my procrastination, I guess I should say.
I actually want to go into English teaching, and I feel like the English department here is so immersive and just helpful and detailed and thorough, and it really gives you this broad understanding of what life is like through books, which kind of doesn't make sense, but at the same time, what you read about can sometimes help build who you are as a person.
What to do would be to travel and to get out of Idaho and see new places.
What I want to accomplish after Xavier is probably the physics aspect that I learned from here. It really expanded my love for science, because I always knew that I wanted to go into the science field, but like with teachers like Mr. Hansen and Mr. McNerlin, they really pushed me towards like a physics and that side of things, more into the experimental and things that we don't really know yet.
Hey guys, class mom here. Accepted in college, that's not a thing. I want to start a family.
Moving forward in my life, especially going to college, I'm going to choose a college that I know I'll enjoy. I'm going to choose a major that I know is going to lead me into a career that is going to make me feel accomplished and successful because it is something I enjoy and that will make me happy. As human beings, we always want to choose what will make us happy, and everyone's pursuit is just one of happiness.
My work effort has definitely gone up as I've come here this year, and I think that'll definitely prepare me for the future.
Xavier has helped me develop a good work ethic.
Just having access to this classical curriculum that Xavier provides its students with is really important to me, and I want to be able to use that, and to, if I wind up pursuing my main goal of becoming an English teacher, I want to be able to give that to my future students.
I think it would be a waste of my time and effort to choose something that I hate. You are wasting your own potential, and there's nothing worse than a wasted life. Xavier is unique.
United.
Incredible.
Abundantly positive.
Is kind.
Thrilling.
Diverse in thought.
Family.
No, it like surrounds everything.
Mom,
Kitties.
I'm tired. Can we turn back?
No, we're lost, sweetie. Oh my gosh, I think stinging nettle got me. Guys, watch out for the stinging nettle.
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm serious now.
What?
Yeah, no, I actually got stinging nettle. I feel it.
Why am I standing here? I want to get out.
Very nice.
Laughing.
You laugh.
Pretend that you like laughing.
Mad.
Please. Please.
Why are you so obsessed with me? Stop. I'll give you an autograph. Leave me alone.
Oh my god, oh my god.
I'm really on the ropes this time. I've been fighting all my life for you. I never should have said goodbye, but maybe that's what stupid people do. 'Cause you gave me peace, and I wasted it. I'm here to admit that you were my medicine. Oh, I couldn't quit, and I'm down on my knees again, asking for nothing. Thank you for the happiest year of my life. Thank you for the happiest year of my life. Ooh. Don't think I could forgive myself. I'm sorry for the ways that I used you. And I could care less right now, but you know you hurt me pretty good too. Yeah, we made each other bleed, and we tasted it. I'm here to admit.
Seniors, if you can come up to the platform, we're going to take a group shot. Go ahead and come up here, tallest in the back, smallest in the front.
And I'm down on my knees again. Thank you for the happiest year of my life. Oh, thank you for the happiest year of my life. Ooh.
Just a quick announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry. If you need to use the restroom, you can go around the side of this building here, kind of the far side, and then in between the classrooms. And this building right here is open. There are signs. You walk through the classroom, and there's a men and women's restroom. So help yourself if you need to. Thank you.
decide that the things that I tried were in my life just to get high on. When I sit alone, come get a little known, but I need more than myself this time. Step from the road to the sea to the sky, and I do believe that we rely on. When I lay it on, come get to play it on, all my life to sacrifice. Hey, oh, listen what I say, oh, I got your hey, oh, now listen what I say, oh, when will I know that I really can go to the well once more? Time to decide on when it's killing me. When will I really see all that I need to look inside? Come to believe that I better not leave before I get my chance to ride. When it's killing me, what do I really need? All that I need to look inside. Hey, oh, listen what I say, oh, come back and hey, oh, look at what I say, oh. The more I see, the less I know, the more I like to let it go. Hey, oh, whoa, whoa. Deep beneath the cover of another perfect wonder, where it's so white as snow, badly divided by a will so one-decided, and there's nowhere to go. In between the cover of another perfect wonder, and it's so white as snow, running through the field where all my tracks will be concealed, and there's nowhere to go.
Seniors, ready to recite.
We are the 2021 class of the Xavier Phoenix Legacy, unique with our own personal style and no one can change us. We are positive students with a creative set of skills that will guide us through life. We are the Phoenix. Together we will burn bright and strive for greatness with dedication and courage. Together we are a positive influence wherever we go. We are sculpting the future with our actions and have the potential to forge history. Our strong foundation will support us on our way to success. Proposed from S. Victoria.
Would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? The flag is on to your left, on the right-hand side of the stage. I pledge allegiance And now something totally unique to Xavier. We are also going to say a pledge to the Idaho flag, and if you guys didn't know that, we just made up our own because we like it. So please follow along if you're from Xavier, and if you're not from Xavier, you have no idea what we're going to say right now. I pledge allegiance My name is Gary Moon, and I'm the head of schools at Xavier Charter School, just wrapping up my 8th year. It is my pleasure and my honor to welcome you all here tonight on this occasion. This is very unique. I've never been to a graduation like this, and as you can tell, I'm quite old, and I've done a lot of graduations. I'd say it's a huge improvement over last year when we were on the other lawn, and it was about 95 degrees, and you all had to stay in your cars, and we were speaking to cars, and it was just an odd feeling. So I'm glad we've come this far. I try not to give a big list of people to thank because I don't want to miss anybody, but there's definitely a few people that I'd like to recognize, or groups of people I'd like to recognize tonight. First off, the last several years, in fact, every year I've been here, we've had the same teacher in charge of graduation. And this year is, well, I'd say the last 2 years are completely unique. There was no blueprint to follow like we had in the years past. So I'd like everybody and graduates to please give a hand to Mrs. Kopp for all the work that she's put in there. And like I said, I'm not going to try to list everybody, but she had a lot of help. Mr. Lucy, part of our maintenance staff, and the lead teacher, Mr. Hicks, the graduates themselves, lots of parents. It's just great to be here tonight. It's great to wrap up a year. I'm going to try not to get emotional, but as you guys all know, this has been a long school year. And it's taken a lot of work to get to this point, a lot of extra work. There's not anybody associated with our school or your families that have not had to do extra to make sure this year came off the way it did. As far as I know, we're one of the very few schools in the country or even in our area that we started off with a great plan. We feel like it was a great plan, and we made it 5 days a week with face-to-face instruction, or at least that opportunity, even though some may have chose online. And with the exception of a couple days off for extra teacher prep days, our kids were here every day. And we think that was the most important thing, is for those kids to be around their peers and their friends and their teachers and see each other every single day. So please give yourselves and our staff a hand for what we were able to accomplish this year. I do want to point out some groups of people, and I hope I don't miss anybody, because as I mentioned before, everybody's job was harder this year. Some of the things that you take for granted on a regular school year were difficult to overcome and required extra planning. And I think it starts with our board of directors, our administrative team, our custodial crew, our lunch service, our support staff, including our paraprofessionals and office staff and business office. And most of all, I want to thank our teachers, because it was not an easy year to teach. Teaching online and teaching in the classroom, having different obstacles thrown in our way repeatedly prior to the year. It was just a difficult year, and they've done an excellent job. I'm proud to be sitting here. This felt like a long year because last year got cut so short. I started off this year with our staff, and there was a lot of nerves started coming back to school. And we were receiving a lot of criticism for trying to go 5 days a week, and schools were receiving criticism for not going 5 days a week. And there was no right answer. We had to do what we thought was best for us. And by working together and getting information from our parents and feedback from our parents and support from the board of directors and constant phone calls with the local health district, we were able to come up with a plan and be back here at school. But one thing I pointed out to our staff, and they already knew this, and you've probably thought about this too, is last year, the graduating seniors from 2020, they had about 1/4 of their year affected by the pandemic. And it was a sudden change. There was no planning for it. It just happened. But I tried to point out to our staff that this year's group of seniors was going to have their entire senior year affected by the pandemic. And it would have been easy to be mopey about that and to drag your feet and not be very excited about it. But this group of kids over here, not really kids anymore, this group of young men and young women over here face the same challenges we all did, and never once can I find an occasion where they did not make the best of the situation. And sometimes they push Mr. Goss and myself to the boundaries of what we can do and what we can't do and be safe. But they faced every obstacle head on. They had a great senior year, one of the most difficult you could imagine, and they absolutely made the best of it. Please give these seniors a round of applause. The great thing about being the head of schools is when they ask you if you want to do certain things on the graduation program, I can say no, 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 and I end up with the opening remarks. So that's pretty much it for me tonight. I get to hand out a few awards. I love this outdoor concert feel we have going here. It's kind of a neat thing. I like to do this. I wonder if these people up front had to pay more. They got really good seats. But with that, I want to congratulate the class of 2021. thank you for what you've contributed to the culture of our school this year. Not just for you guys, but for every grade below you. You've made this a great year for our whole school. Thank you, and best of luck in your future.
Well, good evening. That was a beautiful sight seeing you all walk in. So the purpose of my conversation right now is to explain to your family and friends, graduates, what it means that we are a classical school. And so this will give an overview of the Xavier educational experience. Xavier Charter School is a kindergarten through 12th grade school, and it wasn't always so. We started in 2007 as a kindergarten through 8th grade school with just one class per grade. And now the school has grown so that we have almost 2 classes per grade. Because we are a classical school, we have separated our school into 3 age groups that concentrate the tools and methods we use to teach our students. The early years of school are spent in absorbing facts and systematically laying the foundation for advanced study. In the middle grades, students learn to think through arguments. In the high school years, they learn to express themselves. This classical pattern is called the trivium. There are 3 parts to it. The kindergarten through 4th grade we call the grammar school, and it's a time to focus on the first things of a subject. The students spend their time absorbing facts, the basics, the building blocks for all other learning are laid. And as we know, the young mind is ready to absorb information. The 5th through the 8th grades are called the logic school. A child's mind begins to think more abstractly and analytically, asking the question, why? They begin to pay attention to cause and effect, to the relationships between different fields of knowledge and how they relate, to the way facts fit together into a logical framework. The 9th through the 12th grades are called the rhetoric school. Students focus on applying and being able to communicate the subjects that have been learned deeply. This is the final phase of a classical education, and it builds on the first 2. At this point, the high school student learns to write and to speak with force, originality, and winsomeness. A classical education is more than simply a pattern of learning, though. Classical education is language-focused. Learning is accomplished through words, written and spoken, rather than through a major emphasis on images, pictures, video, television. A classical education then has 2 important aspects. It is language-focused, and it follows a specific 3-part pattern. The mind must first be supplied with facts, the grammar school, then given the logical tools for organization of those facts, our logic school, and finally being equipped to express conclusions, the rhetoric school. As each of our students pass the milestone of the grade in which our 3 schools, we give them a medal that looks similar to each other, but has a unique image and inscription which epitomizes the school they are leaving, showing them the respect and attention that is due them for the accomplishments they have achieved. The grammar school medal has the image of the first 3 letters of the Greek alphabet. The Latin phrase on the medal is literas et factus, letters and facts. The image on the logic school medallion is an image of the thinker, which is a representation of the iconic bronze sculpture by Auguste Rodin. Do you remember which one that is? The Latin words inscribed on the medallion are a fortiori, meaning from the stronger reason. Students in the logic school have learned and continue to explore how to reason logically and strengthen their ability to think from truth. The image on the Rhetoric School medallion is of Aristotle and Plato from the work called The School of Athens. It's located in the Vatican on a large frescoed wall painted by the Renaissance artist Raphael. Aristotle and Plato are the central figures. The Latin phrase on the medallion is veritas et veritus, which means truth and virtue. Without virtue, there is no true education. To have both truth and virtue is to have direction and purpose in life. This is our desire for our graduates from Xavier Charter School. At this time, I'd like to read the names of those that were at Xavier through their 4th grade year. And if I say your name, please stand. Sarah, Alex, Ethan, Eliana, Dalton, Ethan, and Nathaniel. They started in kindergarten. Those that started in 1st grade are Aiden, Lauren, True, Nayara, and then in 2nd grade, Alan, Elizabeth. Oh, that's 2nd grade, just Alan, I guess. And then 4th grade is Elizabeth, Ella, Kyler, Kendall, Aaron, and those received that first medallion. Okay, you can sit just for a minute. And then, yeah, good, yeah. And then the Logic School medallion. So those that were in our school and started with our school in these grades, Dakota in 5th grade, Monse, Jackson, and in 6th grade, Corey, Caitlin. Caitlin started in 7th grade, Rio, Ava, and those received the Logic School medallion because that's when they started. Go ahead and have a seat. And then, of course, those that came to us in the 9th through 12th grade years are in 9th grade, Jadalyn, Kira, Matthew, Kylie, 10th grade, Rose, Lauren, Gloriana, 11th grade, Naomi, Jessica, and 12th grade, Scout. Good, have a seat. So you are seeing in front of you today 34 students who have dined on the classical feast of education, culminating with their 12th grade graduation. Please join me in congratulating them for their accomplishment. As part of the trivium, we award a huge medallion for their senior project, their senior exposition project, and 2 of the students received exemplary, and those two students, and if you could stand, are Dalton Rencher and Rio Buck.
Good evening. I'm Thad Biggers, one of the administrators here. And I get to come to school here every day and work with all these fine young men and women and all of our staff, and it truly is my privilege. So in addition to the words that Mrs. Thompson had about the grammar school, the logic school, and the rhetoric school, we had 2 parents this year approach us wanting to recognize the students that have been here, the graduates of the grammar, logic, and rhetoric school that were continuously here since 4th grade. And they wanted to recognize them in some meaningful way. And what they offered to do was to provide us a scholarship to each senior that has continuously attended Xavier since 4th grade. So we looked at all of our seniors this year, and that turned out to be 14 students. And we're calling it the Trivium Award. The Trivium Award is a $250 scholarship per student and recognizes the hard work and achievement of those students who have completed all 3 stages of the classical education trivium and were continuously enrolled in Xavier Charter School since 4th grade. This year, as I said, we have 14 seniors who have continuously been here since 4th grade. And they are, and when I call your name, if you just please all come on up. And Mrs. Thompson has an envelope with a check here for each one of those seniors. So our 14 seniors were Elizabeth Arrett, Sarah Buse, Alan Bonilla, Alex Carpenter, Ethan Clough, Aiden Dobson, Ella Hardesty, Kyler Levine, Eliana Parado, have him come in, Dalton Rencher, Nyara Simon, Ethan Stonebreaker, Nathaniel Welch, and Kendall Whitney.
Good evening. I'm Jonathan Goss, Assistant Head of Schools, and I'm very pleased and honored to announce the class of 2021 valedictorians and salutatorians. Valedictorians and salutatorian. As the highest ranking scholars in your class, you have the distinct honor to speak at this graduation ceremony. The privilege of giving the valedictory and salutatory addresses are granted to those students who exemplify all the 9 pillars of character of Xavier Charter School. Congratulations to these highest ranking scholars for this outstanding accomplishment. The 2021 Xavier Charter School salutatorium is Rio Buck. The 2021 Xavier Charter School valedictorians are Ella Hardesty and True Levitt. Rio will be the first to address this group.
Okay. Hello, everyone, teachers, students, friends, and family. I am so honored to be standing here before you today. I know that I've worked hard for this, and I know we've all worked hard to be here at graduation. Now that I'm here, it feels good. It's also a little hot and a little daunting, but that's how life goes. We can feel good. We form memories. Those of you who arrived here in time to see the slideshow, we were able to look back and see everyone's past and be able to take a look into how they grew up and know a little bit more about each other. But we are also able to have new adventures. I remember my first Exalt week here, I was just a tiny 7th grader, and everything was very new. We had a school-wide assembly where there was a fire sword fight among the teachers, a grade-level tug-of-war, and many, many arts and service projects. I also remember making our creed in 9th grade. While I didn't realize it then, after 4 years of recitation, I won't ever be able to forget it. I also remember junior year. It was so hard, but there was so much support from family, teachers, and all of you. Finally, as I recall memories from this final senior year, I am overwhelmed with crazy fun memories. Playing Among Us in our government class. All of the senior breakfasts that our parents helped put on for us, thank you. The new house system, as someone who plays sports, watching you guys attempt it was really fun. And then our senior ditch day, the breakfast, swimming, and bonfire was a blast, thanks guys. And our final event day ever was amazing. We've shared a lot. Lots of good times, lots of laughs, laryngitis, and we've been together for it all. We've had hot times too. No, I'm not talking about how very good looking you all are. No, I'm talking about uncomfortable situations. So we had to deal with COVID, which included us quarantining the entire second semester of junior year. We had to do our AP tests, finals, and everything else online. When it was announced that we were able to attend school in person this year, I was thrilled. It turns out not seeing you guys every day made my heart grow a little bit fonder for you. But we had another year now, so good riddance. See ya. Gonna miss ya. No, but really, it is now our turn to leave this nest, this home that we built for ourselves. The future is daunting, but I know that as we all go out and spread our personable selves across the world, we will also be spreading our fun, your intelligence, leadership, and joy. We are sculpting the future with our actions and have the potential to change history. Though we definitely made up the phrase propositum est victoria, onward to victory, we did not make up our capability to be truly victorious. After everything I learned at this school, facts, friendship, happiness, I believe I am ready to go out and live the best life. We will always be a part of each other. Now we can face the daunting one more time as a whole. As we move our tassels tonight, we will be graduating from high school, but just beginning one of the greatest new chapters of our lives. For my final thought, I would like to share a quote. It is, "Faith is my sword, truth is my shield, knowledge my armor," by Dr. Stephen Strange. Knowledge I have learned in my studies. Truth I have seen in the examples of all of the people around me, especially my parents. Thank you guys for all of your support and your dedication and your love. I love you guys. But my faith I place in you. Thank you for the amazing years, for making me who I am today. As a tribute to all the things said and learned at the school, I will quote Mr. Loosely one last time. Things that are lit are gonna have to be lit somewhere else. My hope is that we will all be able to do truly lit things for the rest of our lives. Thank you and good luck. Hi, guys. My name is Ella Hardestein. As the class of 2021, we've had our good share of challenges, life lessons, from doing school at the dinner table to figuring out how to navigate life as an adult. It took an entire pandemic without hugs from classmates and teachers, a senior year of many of note, and to getting ready to graduate and say our goodbyes to really appreciate what and who I have in my life. It has made me realize these are the times we were made for. These times have shaped us into who we are and reminded us who we have always been. As I'm recalling memories of this year, I also look back to times where we really shined through the hurt and struggles. These recollections flooding back have helped me to realize that I really do love living life with my best friends. It's you guys, you're my best friends. Making memories with this group for almost 9 years now has helped me to realize that I am made up of qualities from life all around me. I have discovered that I am a beautiful and exquisite mosaic of this school, my education, this small town, my family, friends I call family, and especially my classmates. My attitudes and actions are results of the acts of kindness and love I have received in my 9 years at Xavier. Times where people have uplifted me and cheered me on for the same audition we were headed into. Or long hugs from teachers when my life felt like it was falling apart. Every hug, every laugh, and every secret are still a part of me, and they continue to reassure me that I made the right choice in my life. The universe was looking out for me when I was placed on this earth, graduating in 2021 in Twin Falls, Idaho, from Xavier Charter School with 33 of my best friends. Time has been kind to me. I was debating on using my speech from my 8th grade graduation for my speech today, and after reading it, I felt really bad for the parents in the crowd that day. It was pretty bad. But I do want to end this speech how I did in 2017 because I kept reading it over and over and thinking back to how scared we were, how far 2021 seemed, and seeing where we are now, and thought this was pretty fitting. Thanks to everyone for all the memories, the tears, the jokes, the struggles, but most importantly, our friendship. And I'm so excited for the years to come as we graduate our class of 2021. Your class mom is so proud of you. I love you guys.
Wow, Ella, that was really good. There's no way I'm going to be able to follow that up. What she said. Just kidding. I will be giving a speech. I'm so honored to be able to speak tonight to the best graduating class Xavier Charter School has ever seen. Yeah! It's been a wild year with the pandemic, canceled events, and online classes, but just getting to celebrate this important milestone in person with all of you is such a great achievement. For those of you who don't know me, my name is True, and I started out at Xavier in kindergarten the very first year that the school opened. Now, for those of you who can do basic math, which by the looks of it doesn't seem to be very many of you, you might realize that means I actually should have graduated last year. I can explain. I was forced to repeat kindergarten because of my emotional immaturity. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Can any of you name one emotionally mature 5-year-old? No, really, I'll wait. But I'm so thankful things happened the way they did, and that I'm getting to graduate with the class of 2021, because growing up alongside all of you has been such a great blessing. Many of us first entered this school as awkward, weird children who had no clue what we were doing. So much has changed since then. Now we're awkward, weird adults who have no clue what we're doing. Progress! A lot of graduation speeches consist of advice for the future or words of wisdom, but I feel entirely underqualified to offer you either of those things. Again, emotional immaturity. Instead, I'd like to just give a few thank yous to people and things that have helped me come this far and enjoy the journey. First, I'd like to thank my family and friends for giving me love and support and for putting up with all my antics. I know I can be a lot. I'd like to thank Ella Hardesty and Lauren Hilverda for being my besties and sticking with me over the years. I'll miss our High School Musical, the musical, the series watch parties, our Cold Stone Creamery runs, and us single-handedly keeping Target in business. I'd like to thank the parents who organized the weekly senior breakfast this year for giving us an opportunity to bond as a class and for feeding us enough carbs in one sitting to last for an entire week. I'd like to thank Xavier for its emphasis on the arts, for letting us do theater and art and dance and poetry and choir and band and so much more. You've given us creativity, new talents, and a deep appreciation for the arts. I'd like to thank Poetry Out Loud for helping me grow confidence in myself and for making me a state champion in the nerdiest event imaginable. I'd like to thank our senior group chat, Senions, for keeping me in the loop on both homework and petty school drama. I'd like to thank our teachers for not only teaching us, but for caring about us as individuals. And specifically, I'd like to thank Miss Trask for always inspiring us to move with haste. Most importantly, I'd like to thank every single senior. You are the reason that I kept coming to school every day. Well, that and my crippling fear of failure, but you made me enjoy school and life. I'm so appreciative of how tight-knit and close our grade is, and how much closer I felt with all of you recently with our ditch day activities, our class event day, prom, and the end-of-year extravaganza. You make me laugh, you make me have fun, and most importantly, you make me feel loved and included. It's so hard to say goodbye and to branch out into all our separate paths, but I know you will all go on to do wonderful and amazing things. I so look forward to seeing you all at our future class reunions, and how interesting those will be. Maybe we'll hold a 2021 class reunion group therapy session, because I'm sure we could all use it after how crazy this year has been. I love you all and look forward to seeing you then. Thank you. And then next up is our student body president, Alan Bonilla.
Thanks, Mom. Oh my gosh, it's a crime how hot it is out here. Well, my name's Alan Bonilla. I'm the class president. What's up, Xavier fam? I hope you're all doing well. I just want to say how thankful I am that we are all here together. It's pretty cool. So when I started writing the speech, I was having a difficult time writing it. I'd written many different speeches in my life, but this one was different. And I was thinking why this one was so different. And I realized, okay? I realized it was so hard to write this because I was saying goodbye to my second family. I was saying goodbye to my Xavier family. The Xavier Charter School family is the students, their families, and the teachers and staff. Now, the first section of the speech is dedicated to my teachers. This school has the best staff in the history of education, all right? You guys gave us an incredible education, and that is something we will forever be grateful for. You are more than just educators. You're like parents to me, always giving me and my peers advice when we're messing up and always wanting us to improve. I thank you for all your hard work and dedication and effort you have put in to help us grow into young adults. I love you guys. Now, to the parents and families, you have done an incredible job raising your kids. You are all such incredible people. You want to know how I know you're such incredible people? because your kids are awesome. Some of you have treated me like your own, and I thank you for that. Thank you for parents and families. Y'all are pretty cool. Now, I want to give a quick shout out to my dad. This man has sacrificed so much for me to be able to have a quality education, and has put so much effort into raising me, even too much effort. I know I'm a bit thick-headed, Dad, but I learned from the best. I don't know how I will ever repay you for what you've done for me and for what you've taught me in life. You've taught me to be strong, hardworking, and a leader. Te quiero mucho, Papa. Now, finally, the senior class. We did it! Let's go! All right, I'm going to start off with a thank you. Thank you for all the memories, tears, drama, and fun. You are my second family, and I'm so excited to see you all grow and succeed because you're all so talented and unique. There's no doubt in my mind that you will make it in life. We're just built different. It's incredible what we have done together. We have literally gone through it all in this building. We survived 8th grade physical science with Mr. McNerlin, biology with Mr. Waters. You know that man was giving us college level stuff? That's insane. Survived health with you-know-who. Spanish 2 with Senor Blanco. AP US History with Mr. Barnhill. And just any class with Ms. Trask. That's basically the 9 layers of hell. I feel like I've lived a lifetime with you guys. Xavier has felt like a movie with all of you. Now I just want to say a quick thank you for giving me the opportunity to lead you guys and letting me be your class president. But it's been a bigger honor growing up with you guys. I love you, senior class. Peace.
This is how I know I'm old, because I can't see anything anymore, so it's the glasses. Good evening, Xavier community and our Xavier family. I'm just very privileged to be here tonight. My name is Debbie Burr. I am your Board of Directors President this year. I have been able to serve on your board for the past 11 years, and I just want to say to the graduating class, you are amazing, and I'm so proud to have been part of what helped you guys become who you are. So we're here this evening to celebrate a milestone for this group of young adults and to send them from this place fully prepared to live the good life. They've been immersed in the good, the beautiful, and the true during their time here with us at Xavier. And throughout the specific challenges of the past 15 months, they have discovered that their ability to live the good life flows from within themselves and is not dependent on external circumstances. They're about to leave this place as a force to be reckoned with, whose actions will be built upon a foundational understanding of things like courage, wisdom, temperance, justice, love, faith, and hope. Young adults who understand that the good life is based at its core on relationships, love, service, and sacrifice. So the Spirit of Xavier Scholarship was established 11 years ago to provide financial assistance to graduating seniors planning to attend college who have demonstrated a fierce love of learning and a desire to continue to utilize the life principles taught at Xavier Charter School to become successful adults. This scholarship is not based on financial need or academic achievement, but is really meant for students who embody the ideals set forth in the charter of our school. The criteria for the scholarship, the students were asked to consider the following quote from Aristotle. The quote says, "If we state the function of a man to be a certain kind of life, and this to be an activity or actions of the soul, implying a rational principle, and the function of a good man to be the good and noble performance of these, and if any action is well performed when it is performed in accordance with the appropriate excellence, Human good turns out to be activity of the soul in accordance with virtue, and if there are more than one virtue, in accordance with the best and the most complete. They were also asked to reflect on their experiences at Xavier, in and out of the classroom, their participation in the Xavier houses, and their senior compendium coursework. And ultimately, they were asked to write an essay expressing their understanding of what is essential to the good life. So the essays were evaluated by a committee which included one founder of Xavier Charter School, one current member of the faculty, and the parents who founded the scholarship. This year, 2 essays were selected out of those submitted, a winning essay and a runner-up essay. The writer of the winning essay will be awarded a $1,000 scholarship, and the writer of the second place essay will receive $500. So the student who submitted the second place essay and who will receive the $500 scholarship is True Levitt. The student who is the winner of the Spirit of Xavier Scholarship this evening and who will receive a $1,000 scholarship and who also will read for us her winning essay, which is very thoughtful. That student tonight is Rio Buck.
Hello, again. The good life. Archery is a difficult sport to master. It relies on strength, mental acuity, and practice. Maybe that's why Aristotle chose to use archery as a metaphor in his work, The Nicomachean Ethics. He postulates that, shall we not, like archers who have a mark to aim at, be more likely to hit upon what we should do? If so, we must at least try, in outline at least, to determine what it is. Aristotle gave a simple starting point when considering who one is and what the meaning of life is. People need to focus on setting goals. A universal goal that the human race sets is to live the good life. There are many virtues in the concept of the good life. As Aristotle says, human good turns out to be activity of the soul in accordance with virtue. Here, he is saying the purpose of humanity is acting to exemplify virtues. Reflecting on this quote, I have identified virtues critical to the good life. These include independence, reliability, and morale. Classroom experiences have taught me to be independent. When I began my Xavier immersion, I realized the need for independence. When my English class was assigned to read Pride and Prejudice, I had to apply myself, stay on task, and work through difficult language. Back then, I learned to be independent so I could get the grade. Now I've learned that independence is essential to the good life. The good life is obtainable, but there must be a willingness to go out there and get it. Another virtue that's important is being reliable. I learned in compendium and referenced in my final senior project binder that people thrive off being part of the whole. Rosa Parks said each person must live their lives as a model for others. One must live for other people, not just himself. I have often been told that if I am feeling down, I should serve someone. I have put this advice to the test, and it works. Even after my roughest day, when I serve someone, I feel gratified. I believe this is the feeling Aristotle is referencing when he mentions the soul. Finally, one needs to establish morals. Everyone has standards, but to have the good life, one must enhance these standards. One must seek out what he believes and really strive to find where to point the arrow and where he will never point it. The house program at Xavier has helped me discover myself and what I stand for. As Sparta House president, I was tasked with telling everyone what morals were expected from them, and therefore I had to be very sure of mine. I decided that my house would be known for its respectfulness, sportsmanship, and fun attitude. Sparta did taste the good life, and I attribute that to us following our moral codes. The good life may seem like an unattainable target, but when looking at the big picture, the good life is not an event or achievement. It is a journey. My hope is that as we take the journey, we will be able to find virtues like being independent, reliable, and moral that will help us look back on our lives and be able to say, yes, I lived the good life. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Loosely, if you didn't catch that. I am a history and government teacher, the facilities manager, and maybe most importantly, the school DJ. I wanted to preface what I have to say by stating that the graduating class of 2021 at Xavier Charter School was having trouble finding a graduation speaker. Their budget? Nothing. Their year? Plagued. Their speaker? Me. Now that we've cleared that up, your expectations are low, we can proceed. There's nowhere to go but up from here. You've finally earned it. Your freedom. You can stay up all night playing video games. You can eat pizza for every meal. No one will call your mom if you don't do your homework, and you certainly won't have to spend a Saturday morning here at school making it up. But all of the above does, however, beg a question. What is freedom, and what should be done with it if you possess it? In our society, there's a strain of thought that defines freedom as the ability to do what one wants, when one wants to, without much, if any, consideration for the consequences. This form of freedom is often divorced from responsibility and concern for others. It gravitates towards self-glorification rather than self-effacement. The adoptees of this form of freedom are often haughty, unremorseful when in the wrong, and marked by an immaturity that is most apparent in its inability to sympathize or empathize with the thoughts and feelings of others. Adherents to this form of freedom are blown from here to there, led by the tyranny of their whims, their prejudices, their most immediate desires. The belief in this form of freedom is at best self-destructive in varying degrees. Pizza for breakfast, lunch, and dinner has consequences. At worst, this form of freedom fractures the beloved community by creating a competition to acquire as much power as possible over others. In these moments, values of love, service, care, and forgiveness are often sacrificed to a cold and brutal tribalism that has no use for one's neighbor and one's community beyond that of exploitation. The reaction of decent people in response to this selfish and hyper-individualistic form of freedom is often to commit the one sin decent people always commit in difficult times. They sin by silence. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, the great German theologian and victim of the Nazis, put it this way: there are those who endorse a private virtue. Such people neither steal nor murder nor commit adultery, but do good according to their abilities. But they must close their eyes and their ears to the injustice around them. Only at the cost of self-deception can they keep their private blamelessness clean from the stains of responsible action in the world. In all they do, what they fail to do won't let them rest. They will either be destroyed by this unrest, or they will become the most hypocritical of all Pharisees. In our society, those destroyed by unrest are filled with a form of sentiment that is deeply uncomfortable with doing the real work of confronting the world's problems. And so, these hypocritical Pharisees surround themselves with trinkets and trivialities that are designed to distract from the guilt that accompanies their silence and their inaction. But it doesn't have to be this way. The great French philosopher Montesquieu, whose inspiration guided the architects of our Constitution, offers an alternative to these cheap forms of freedom and ineffectual sentiment. From his work stems the superior definition of liberty. He once said that there is no freedom outside of character. Liberty is not the freedom to do as we please. Liberty is the freedom to do as we ought. And we ought to cultivate within ourselves and our fellows a better set of values. Values that point in the direction of a freedom that is defined by its self-restraint, its sense of responsibility, and its commitment to one's fellow man, even when that commitment feels strained, or even worse, broken. The columnist and author David Brooks said it best when he said that real freedom is not so much the absence of restrictions, but finding the right ones. Restricting your diet to healthy food gives you the liberty to live a long, enjoyable life. Doing your homework of your own volition gives you the freedom to choose a vocation and a series of commitments that can bring you true joy. The question, of course, is how? How do you utilize your liberty to lean into the commitments worth committing to that you are suited for? The answer to that question begins with looking beyond oneself in a direction that supersedes one's self-interest. This means pursuing a vocation. And pursuing a vocation means listening to that still small voice within that keeps asking you where you and your particular talents are needed most. It may or may not be something that you are passionate about. The advocation for simply following your passion alone is often just another way of masking what is nothing more than a shallow form of selfishness. However, if you find a way to combine your talents, your passion, and the world's needs into one package, you very well may have found your vocation. It looks something like this. In his book, The Second Mountain, Brooks describes a man named Fred Swaniker. Swaniker was born in Ghana to a lawyer and magistrate and lived in several different countries in Africa as a child. He was an excellent student who ended up earning a prestigious scholarship and attending Stanford Business School in the United States. He eventually decided to quit his lucrative job in what he calls his moment of obligation, and then he returned to Africa to serve. He created and developed the African Leadership Academy, an organization designed to pay for students' educations, send them abroad for university, and then have them return as leaders in their own communities. Swaniker had found his vocation. He notes that at many times we will have feelings of obligation to address some of the wrongs of the world. And he also argues that 99% of the time you should ignore these feelings. Instead, he asks 3 major questions that help people clarify and define their vocations. They are as follows. First, is the calling you hear big enough? If you have the talent, the work ethic, and the experience to solve large problems, then much is required of you. Don't waste your talents. Secondly, are you uniquely positioned to solve this particular problem? Have your previous experiences prepared you for the task ahead? Lastly, he asks, are you passionate enough to follow through? Does this problem generate obsessive thinking? Does it keep you up at night? Swaniker is now in the process of leading the countries of Africa to build a network of 25 universities across the continent. If he is successful, 3 million leaders will be produced, and he will have changed the trajectory of history. So go ahead and ask yourself, where are you obligated to act? And what is the world demanding of you? Does the obligation before you match your unique talents and abilities? Are you truly passionate about the problems you seek to solve? If the answers to these questions are yes, then pursue your freedom by putting the world to rights and doing as you ought. Sorry. Now, if you manage to pursue and craft your vocation, you will be well on your way to building a life of meaning and purpose. But vocation alone is not enough. You must learn to navigate hardship. Sometimes your plans will fail, and circumstances will destroy the things and even people you love. And in these moments, it's easy enough to fall into a nihilistic stupor and to question the very things that have given you a sense of purpose. A frictionless slide awaits, ready to propel you into anger, bitterness, sometimes despair. However, it is also in these moments that one must rely on faith and remember that, as the author and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl put it, the salvation of man is found in and through love. A picture of what love looks like comes to the forefront in the novel The Road by Cormac McCarthy. The novel's setting, a nuclear winter sometime in the future, profiles the movements of 2 survivors, a father and a young son. Their experiences are brutal, their meals are sparse. However, the father, no matter how bad things get, always encourages his son to keep the fire. Keeping the fire is the father's language for reminding his son to be a moral and loving person no matter how bad things get, to always be the good guy, to never give up, to not yield to the brutal utilitarianism and dark tribalism of the moment. In one particular scene, the father, who knows he is dying, speaks with his son in the following exchange. I want to be with you, Papa. You can't. Please. You can't. You have to carry the fire. I don't know how. Yes, you do. Is it real, the fire? Yes, it is. Where is it? I don't know where it is. Yes, you do. It's inside you. It was always there. I can see it. In those moments when I hesitate and begin to despair, I am reminded that it is my job to keep the fire. It's my job to use my liberty to the benefit of my family, you, even for those outside of my circle. I must keep the fire. And I know that this is not easy. I am just as you are, a mess of contradictions, mistakes, successes, and the like. But our frailty does not absolve us of responsibility. You and I must value liberty enough to pursue our vocations and meet the world's needs with the power that we have to do so. In addition, we must, as the poet Auden put it, love our crooked neighbors with all our crooked hearts. For to do otherwise is to perish. That is to lose the best parts of what it means to be a human being. And maybe, most importantly, we must not yield to despair. Even if the consequences of your actions appear to have no discernible effect at all, we must, I think, have the faith to believe that keeping the fire is a noble human endeavor, and one worth fighting for. Martin Luther put it best when he said, "If tomorrow I knew the world were going to end, I would still plant an apple tree." You, all of you, are our apple trees. And for years now, we have tended to you. And now it's time for you to produce fruit. So claim your liberty, pursue your vocations, love your crooked neighbors, and put the world to rights. Class of 2021, we offer you a hearty congratulations on the accomplishment of graduating. But your work is not done. You have fires to carry and trees to plant. So get on with it. We're counting on you.
Good evening. My name is Mrs. Baird. Our school was founded in 2007, and I'm just telling you, I was here before that. So I think as I was sitting over there listening to everyone's speeches and things that the staff said, things that you young people said, I stopped counting the times I heard the words morality and virtue after 30 times. So I want all of you in our audience to understand, and I know you do, and that is that we value morality, virtue, and character in our school. In fact, we value it so much that we believe that there is not a complete education without character and virtue. So we would be remiss if we did not offer scholarships for character. And several years ago, we established these scholarships for 3 young people who are graduating each year. One student is selected by the faculty and administration each year to receive each one of these awards. The first award tonight, oh, and by the way, I did want to say also that these scholarships are worth $500 apiece. The first scholarship is the Noah Webster Scholarship. A scholar is first one who is teachable, one who is a disciple of knowledge and a lover of wisdom, one who is a man or woman of books, characterized by deep, intensive learning, one able to research and reason, one who knows and practices truth, one whose scholarship has been fashioned in character through diligence and industry,
and one who applies his or her scholarship to the edification of others. This year's Noah Webster Scholarship Award goes to Rio Buck. The next scholarship is the John Quincy Adams Service Award. One who serves voluntarily, attending to the needs of others. One willing to make personal sacrifices, serving selflessly. One who demonstrates humility, and one who exercises authority in constructive ways, empowering others to be more effective and character-driven. The John Quincy Adams Service Award this year goes to Sarah Buse. Our final character award is called the Thomas Jefferson Leadership Award. A leader is one who is tooled in the art of self-government, one who uses his or her conscience, time, and talent effectively, one able to think and reason in all areas of life, one able to lead by example, his or her own generation as an ambassador of truth locally, nationally, and internationally. Our Thomas Jefferson Leadership Award goes to Alan Benil.
Parents, families, students, guests, get ready. The time has come for me to perform my official duty at this ceremony, the presentation of the graduating class. As assistant head of schools and the administrator over the 12th grade, with the powers and responsibilities inherent therein, it is my privilege and distinct pleasure to present the class of 2021 to the Board of Trustees of Xavier Charter School, number 462, for the purpose of awarding diplomas, signifying that each of them has successfully completed the required course of study prescribed by the Idaho State Board of Education, the Idaho Public Charter School Commission, and the Board of Trustees of Xavier Charter School. With the receipt of their diploma, each of them will be granted in perpetuity the rights and privileges pertaining therein. Furthermore, they will be also known as tested and respected scholars and members of the Xavier Charter School alumni body. Madam Chairperson, Debbie Burr, the diplomas are ready to be presented individually to each graduating scholar by Vice Chairperson Diana Wetstein. At this time, I will proceed to call the roll. Caitlin Brooke Armstrong. Elizabeth Louisa Arrett. Rose Marie Lamomi Olivia Baranobis. Sarah Jewel Buse. Sorry. Alan Manuel Bonilla. Rio Lisa Buck. Alex Christian Carpenter. Ethan Benjamin Clough. Jadenlyn Serenity Dean. Aiden Lawrence Dobson. Naomi Lynn Gilbert. Oh, that's close. Ava Rose Gisto. Ella Marie Hardesty. Lauren Elizabeth Hilverda. Dakota Michelle Hines. Kira Leanne Jenkins. Lauren Margaret Keister. Gloriana Renee Kennedy. True McKay Levitt. Kyler Lotus Levine. Matthew Taylor Pearson. Eliana Dora Parato. Montse May Rodriguez. Jackson Scott Price. Dalton J. Rencher. Scout Beecher Ridenauer. Corey James Michael Sanford. Kylie Brianne Scott. Nayara Lorraine Chalis Simon. Ethan Cole Stonebreaker. Jessica Crystal Torres. Nathaniel Lewis Welch. Kendall Whitney. Aaron James Wines. Class of 2021, you may stand and move your tassels from right to left. Madam Chairperson, I now confirm to you and through you to the Board of Trustees that the graduating class of 2021 at Xavier Charter School has been duly recognized as successful scholars and have entered and been received into the ranks of the alumni body of Xavier Charter School. At this time, I present the graduated class of 2021. Congratulations.
There's no combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I can try for your heart. And our dreams, and they are made out of real things, like a shoebox of photographs with sepia tone loving. Love is the answer, at least, for most of the questions in my heart. Like why are we here and where do we go, and how come it's so hard? It's not always easy, and sometimes life can be deceiving. I'll tell you one thing, it's always better when we're together. It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. Moments just might find their way into my dreams tonight, but I know that they'll be gone when the morning light sings or brings new things. For tomorrow night you see that they'll be gone too, to mean the things I have to do. But if all of these dreams might find their way into my day-to-day scene, I'd be under the impression I was somewhere in between, with only two, just me and you. Not so many things we got to do, or places we got to be. We'll sit beneath the mango tree now. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. We're somewhere in between together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always pretty when I sleep, day now and when I wake up, you look so pretty, sleeping next to me. But there is not enough time, there is no song I could sing.
If families would like to come forward and greet graduates, and then parents, I need you to come find me and give me a current email so we can get you the photos that were taken tonight.